Reddit's first results as a public company surprised a lot of people. The company hit profitability for the first time. Execs teased new products on the way, and you got the sense that Reddit, the platform, is growing up very, very fast. Steve Huffman, Reddit co-founder and CEO, joins me now. Steve, good to see you again. It feels like it was just yesterday with your IPO. Let's start on growing up fast. You know, I read the earnings release several times, the earnings call, and I really came away. This is a lot different platform than I think investors have come to think about it as.
Hey, Brian, good morning. Look, I think a lot of things are starting to click right now. So like in the first quarter, we grew revenue 48%, users 37%, all-time highs. And as you mentioned, profitable. And because Reddit is such a simple business, high margin, if you combine that with discipline on costs, you can see how quickly we can get to profitability. And so it's I think not just a fun platform, but it's a simple and scalable business as well.
Yeah, we have a lot to get to in here, Steve. But real quick, are you spending enough? Your CapEx was so low, and we hear about Meta out there spending billions of dollars. Are you investing enough in the platform to support some of the growth we saw in that quarter?
The
number was so small, Steve.
I told my team, I was like, the economy is getting better when people start asking us to spend more again. Like at the moment, we're trying to do a couple of things. There's a lot of stuff that I'm very excited about building. So beyond the core product, we've got our user economy, we've got developer platform, we've got search, a lot of, I think, interesting and fun stuff coming. But we're also working towards profitability. So right now we're there on an adjusted EBITDA basis. The next milestone for us is GAAP profitability. And so I think we're in a good spot. We're basically building everything that I'm very excited about building, but also getting closer and closer to those business milestones.
Is just given the strength of the first quarter, Steve, is GAAP profitability this year?
Look, hard to say. We grew revenue 5 times faster than costs in this past quarter. The commitment we've made as a management team is about revenue twice as fast as costs. So it's just a matter of time, right? A high margin, so 88% in Q1, and cost discipline, that's the path to profitability. The exact timing we'll see, but I think we're on the right track.
And then the advertising business was strong. How sustainable is that, and how, why is that growth happening?
Look, I think the thing about Reddit is its communities. And those communities represent every interest and hobby and passion imaginable, which means in addition to being fun for users, basically every company's customers are on Reddit somewhere. And our ads technology is getting better and better. And so if you're a company trying to reach your customers, and know that 30% of our users are not on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, other big advertising platforms. You can find, as a company, you can find your customers uniquely on Reddit, often in a moment where they're talking about your product or brand or vertical. And so I think that creates pretty incredible opportunities.
Earlier this week, Steve, I caught up with Pinterest CEO Bill Ready, and a lot of conversation about making that platform shoppable. Now that's a word you mentioned on your call. Do you want to make it where I'm directly buying things from Reddit?
Well, I think in many cases, one of the things I joke about, but it's not really a joke, the most fun part about picking up a new hobby is buying all the new gear. And so every hobby, every purchasing decision, whatever you're into or going through is on Reddit. And so I think it's only natural to be able to connect the dots like that. So, first step is get the right customers on Reddit, our advertising customers, and then we just continue to chip away at our roadmap of making it easier and easier to find what you're looking for or even transact, like you suggest.
What can you tell us about the new user interface coming this year?
So one of the most important things we've been doing, and I think what's really driving the user growth that we've been seeing, is we've just been focused on making Reddit easier to use. I've long said everybody has a home on Reddit. That is, your home, what you're interested in, is on Reddit. The challenge to us from a product point of view is, are we helping users be successful in finding that home? And over the last year, we've gotten much better at that. And as we look forward, our day-to-day work is really making Reddit easier to use, easier on the eyes, more effective at at finding your home on Reddit. So if you've been using Reddit a long time, I think you should be excited at all of the, I think, quality of life improvements that are coming.
Is there another Google-like deal for AI for Reddit to be had? And just in terms of, I guess, notoriety and dollar amount?
I think the potential is there. So Reddit's public content is really valuable. And we are in a situation right now where we're basically the only platform that is still open. Everybody else has closed off. And we believe in an open and interconnected internet. But we also need to be considered about where our content goes and what it's used for. But Reddit has 2 decades of human conversation about pretty much any interest and topic imaginable, and it's up to date and it's relevant. And so I think if you are in the search business or you are in the AI business, which I think of as like Search 2.0, then you, I think, basically can't be competitive without access to Reddit content.
Lastly, Steve, I like how you ran the earnings call. You took some, look like user questions, but tell me if I have this right. You did 8 practice earnings calls before you went public. I mean, it seems like you're just a really well-prepared management team, even though this was your first quarter as a public company.
You know, that was one of those things that worked out. So we thought we were going to go public way back in 22, almost 2 years to the day from when we actually went out. And so we did one practice earnings call with the analysts from our syndicate banks. And then we just delayed our IPO for 2 years. And so we ended up doing 8 calls and did the whole kind of public company cycle, right? Board meeting, close the books, board meeting, earnings, follow-ups, all of that. And that was really great practice. And so I'm actually really thankful for how that worked out. And my suggestion would be for any company that's thinking about going out, try to get ahead of these processes or get a few reps under your belt sooner rather than later, because I think it really helped us.
You know, you and I, Steve, we both look, I don't know, let's say early 30s, but the bottom line is this, we're veterans of the battles, despite what we look like on cameras. Steve Huffman, Reddit co-founder and CEO, always good to see you. We'll talk to you soon.
Brian, thank you. Be well, everybody.
You betcha.